Hi, what can I get for you today?
Hi, could I get an Oreo McFlurry, please?
Anything else for you?
No, that'll be it today.
That'll be $2.50 at the window.
Thank you.
Hey, buddy. I gotta tell you something. Vegas traded Marc-Andre Fleury. No, they traded him away.
No.
Yes. No, they did. I'm so sorry.
No.
No. Oh boy, yeah, I don't even know. I'm like shaking, still trying to think of this video. Hi, my name is Tyler, and this is my son Logan, and his middle name is Fleury, and that's why you don't name your children after current athletes. Your pets maybe, yeah, sure, but your children? Nope, yep, don't do it. Although, I'm pretty sure that you could put a statue of Fleury outside of Pittsburgh or Vegas, despite, you know, what Vegas just did to him. The Vegas Golden Knights trade Marc-Andre Fleury for, I don't even know his name, Mikael Hakkarainen, which I'm sorry to that kid, because his name's always going to be tied to this trade for the rest of his life. He's going to be known as the guy that was traded 1-for-1 for the reigning Vezina winner. And a cap dump because he's not coming to Vegas. He's gonna be playing for the Rockford Ice Pigs or whatever their AHL team is. Yeah, he split last season between the ECHL and the AHL, and so, you know, I cried at this. Like, literally, I saw this at work, that this had happened. My heart immediately sank, and I just started going, oh, no, 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 no! In the break room and just broke down crying. Yes, exactly. I'm so upset. And it just hits in waves, like, that he's not going to be on the team next year. He found out on Twitter, which Alan Walsh, you know, he initially reported that, and, like, you can only take what he's saying with a grain of salt. But I wouldn't put it against Vegas's organization for doing this thing, and it's absolutely infuriating that they would do that to a future Hall of Famer, the face of their franchise for the last 4 years, who's been driving their merch. You let him find out via Twitter. Which, yes, I get that insiders and everything, but like, the trade went through. Chicago posted about it. Their Twitter page had posted about it, meaning not only they knew, the part of the organization already knew that the trade went through, and you had no common decency to call him and let him know, hey, thanks, Mark. No, just a giant middle finger to the guy that's been, oh my gosh. And I saw the Stanley Cup the day before this, and that was awesome. There was another couple of Vegas fans there. I didn't have any Vegas merch on me because I was going straight from work, but the person that I saw there with Vegas merch had a Fleury jersey on, and his wife had a Reeves shirt on, which we'll get to that in a later video. But Fleury needed one by himself because he's meant a lot to me specifically, and I don't know the guy, like, he doesn't know me, I'm sure, but like, I followed him since 2009. My grandpa had a friend who was the first real, like, NHL fan that I knew, and he had a Red Wings jersey and was going for the Red Wings against the Penguins, and so I was like, yeah, I'm gonna root against them, and rooted for the Penguins. And I remember specifically, like, my first memory of the NHL is when Fleury made that diving save within the last dying seconds of the 2009 Stanley Cup Final to make sure in Game 7, where it's all on the line, all the marbles, and that hooked me. It was Marc-Andre Fleury, and I've loved that guy and his style and his swagger and just everything that he brings to this game ever since. And the fact that he is one of the most genuinely nice guys in the league just makes it so much, like, why else would I name my son after this guy? I get that it's a business, I really do, but like, there's a difference. I was listening to the Steve Dangle podcast yesterday, and there's a difference between cold and calculated and then cold and cruel. And honestly, Vegas in this situation was cold and cruel because they didn't reach out to him. They didn't inform the future Hall of Fame, first ballot, previously face of the franchise goalie that he had been traded. It's so, like, Vegas is a franchise is the absolute worst, apparently, when it comes to notifying people of anything, because we know they didn't reach out. However, a couple years ago when Eric Howell was being traded, he was traded literally the day before his wedding, which, like, I get you can't really but, like, the way he found out wasn't via Twitter, wasn't on social media. It was because his key card did not work at the facilities. They had enough time to know that he was traded, deactivate his key card, like before our trade was announced with Carolina. I am so upset still. Like, I want to trade for him back. Chicago, retain 50% or something, and we'll send you Logan Thompson, who apparently we're not using because we signed a freaking backup. Which, Laurent Brossoit, like, nothing against that guy, but, like, I'm gonna get to this whole week in a separate video. My wife fixed the lighting and then the angle, because I'm not good with that. Speaking of my wife, what's she gonna do now? Fleury was the only reason she was watching. Well, I mean, her love for me, and then Fleury, which, Fleury was a huge pull there, so I don't... And like, this is nothing against Leonard. Anyone literally crapping on him right now needs to, like, shut up, because Leonard is more than capable of starting and leading us this franchise. He's not a tandem goalie. They're both starters. The situation that we had, both starters as a tandem, was an incredible thing, and you know, like, I should have seen this coming. Fleury has 1 year left on his deal. From a hockey perspective, it kind of makes sense. From a people perspective, they completely blew it. Like, honestly, I'm pissed at Vegas as an organization right now, and then he just keeps piling on and making it worse. Marc-Andre Fleury, still my favorite player in the league, has been since 2009, so. But, like, I can't root for Chicago because of everything that's happening there with the sexual assault stuff from 2010. I don't know. I don't know. There's still a possibility of him being traded away from the Blackhawks, because I don't think he wants to play there, but I think it's more that he doesn't want to move his family, because he's got 3 kids and they all love the community and the community loves them, and so of course they were wanting to stay there. I don't know what... I mean, Pittsburgh is talking about trading Yari a second for Fleury, half retained, which, if Fleury goes back to Pittsburgh, like, that's a great, but like, I don't know if they're gonna do it. So we traded Fleury for nothing. I mean, cap space isn't nothing. It's kind of valuable, especially with where Vegas is at, but we didn't use it at all in a way that was better than where we were using it, so that sucks. My son has been, like, kind of all over the place ever since this trade happened, and so I don't think he knows what's going on, but it seems like he knows what's going on, and that it's very upsetting to him. Crying and doing all these weird things that... But it's only been since the trade happened, so I don't know what's going on here, but I am so upset for Vegas treating Flower the way that now my Flower is treating himself. We're not gonna see his smile anymore after making a ridiculous save. Ah! It was incredible. My hometown was getting a team, let alone a hockey team, which was my favorite sport. And then they were getting my favorite player, and they just literally threw him away for a can of air and treated him like trash in the process. And that, like, the second part is worse, obviously. I wanted to record this the day of. I didn't think I honestly could, and so I didn't. I've had, what, 3 days to process this information, and it's still just flabbergasted and can't talk through a sentence properly without feeling just this pissed offness at Vegas, and then a sadness because he's gone. Thanks, buddy. I'm sorry if this video is just super sad, but, like, that's gonna be it from one frustrated, very, very, very frustrated Vegas fan. That's it for this one. Thank you so much for watching, and have a good night. Real quick. Saying that, I almost started crying, which I get that, like, I'm a grown man, I have a child, should not be crying over one player leaving the sports team. I get that it's stupid. I really do. Especially from a logistical and objective standpoint, I get that doesn't make any sense. Come Back, Be Here by Taylor Swift came on in the car yesterday and I thought of Fleury.